Hey everyone, welcome to a deep dive on the Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate Edition.
We're going to be exploring the game itself,
Yeah.
the characters, the expanded universe, and even taking a look behind the scenes at the development process.
Some real insider insights.
And to help guide us on this journey, we've got the Ultimate Edition booklet, which CD Projekt Red put together for both new and returning players, especially those getting ready for the Phantom Liberty expansion.
Very exciting times.
So let's jack in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I was really impressed by how they structured this booklet.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just like a rehash of the basics.
Right.
You know, they actually anticipate questions that veteran players might have, especially with Phantom Liberty on the horizon.
It's true. Like, they're speaking directly to the fans who have been waiting to get back into Night City.
Exactly. And speaking of getting back into Night City, let's talk Update 2.1.
Okay.
There are some seriously cool additions, like you can actually ride the NC cart in real time now, instead of just fast traveling.
That's going to change things up.
Yeah, it's a small change, but it really does make a big difference in how you experience Night City.
For sure.
Suddenly, you're not just a player rushing to the next objective.
Yeah.
You're a resident taking in the sights and sounds alongside all the NPCs.
Totally. Like you're really living in the city now.
Yeah. And speaking of style, did you see they added the Porsche 911?
Oh, yeah. Classic ride.
It's making a real cyberpunk statement.
Absolutely.
Plus, they overhauled bike combat.
Oh, cool.
You can even throw knives from your bike now.
Nice.
It's awesome. And the Atom Smasher boss fight overhaul is pretty significant too.
Oh, tell me about it.
Especially if you've played through the main story and you know Johnny Silverhand's history, or if you've seen the anime Cyberpunk, Edge Runners.
Oh, that's right.
That fight takes on a whole new layer of meaning.
We should circle back to Edge Runners later on, for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Update 2.1 also has Vista points for those who want to take in the view.
Nice.
Car favorites for easy access to your rides. And they've added replayable races.
Replayable races, huh? That's going to be big for a lot of players.
I think so.
Yeah.
It gives them a reason to revisit those tracks, test out different vehicles, really push their driving skills.
Definitely.
Yeah. So much to dig into with this update. But before we go any further, let's do a super quick rundown of Cyberpunk 2077 itself for those who are new to Night City.
Okay, sounds good.
So you play as V, a cyberpunk who ends up with a very valuable and very dangerous relic implanted.
Relic implanted.
Which basically turns your life upside down.
It's a game changer for sure.
Yeah. But it's not just about the relic, is it?
No, not at all. One of the core elements of Cyberpunk 2077 is choice.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, you choose your life path, Corpo Street Kid or Nomad.
Right.
And that choice has a ripple effect throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
It influences your dialogue, your interactions, even how certain characters react to you throughout the story.
It's more than just a backstory. It really does shape your whole playthrough.
It does. Then you get to customize V's appearance, allocate attribute points, and don't worry, you get one free reset if you're not happy with your initial choices.
Always a good safety net.
And that's when the real fun begins.
Absolutely. What I find really interesting is that players who are jumping straight into Phantom Liberty, they'll start with 20,000 Euro dollars. That's the in-game currency.
Nice little bonus.
And they can actually swap out their starting weapons and cyberware before Songbird contacts them.
Yeah, that's great.
It really encourages players to experiment right from the get-go.
I love that. Speaking of experimenting, let's talk builds.
Okay, let's do it.
The booklet highlights a couple of interesting ones, starting with the indestructible tank.
Ah, yes. For those who like to go in guns blazing.
This build is all about becoming an absolute walking fortress.
A one-person army.
Exactly. It focuses on shotguns,
Okay.
especially Rebecca's iconic shotgun GUTS, and later transitioning to the powerful MA70 XMOD2 LMG,
Oh yeah, that's a beast.
which you can find in Dogtown.
So it's all about raw power and close quarters combat.
Up close and personal.
But there's a strategic element to it as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even when you're built like a tank, you can't just go out and buy every piece of cyberware you see.
Right.
You need to prioritize crafting, dismantle unused weapons, and manage your resources carefully.
You gotta be smart about it.
Exactly.
Now, for a slightly more stealthy approach, there's the Stealth Shotgun Tech Runner build.
Interesting name.
Think high-tech hacking combined with,
With a shotgun.
yeah, a shotgun.
Interesting combo.
Cyberdeck's RAM Recoup. It's a blend of brains and brawn.
I like it.
This build is for players who enjoy a more tactical approach.
Right.
You can hack into systems, disable enemies from the shadows, and then if things get messy, unleash that explosive shotgun power.
So you've got options.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got your V, customized your build sorted. What do you actually DO in Night City?
Good question.
The booklet has a section called 10 Things to Do in Night City, and there's something for everyone. One that caught my eye was the roller coaster in Pacifica.
Roller coaster.
It's a relic from the past, a reminder of the district's kind of shattered dreams, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine a rusty, forgotten amusement park amidst all the decay.
It's a stark contrast.
It really is.
Yeah.
And if street photography is more your thing, each district has a unique vibe just waiting to be captured.
That's true.
And hey, you can even use the Ensure to get around in style while you're at it.
Multitasking.
And speaking of the city's different areas, there's Dogtown, the newest district introduced in Phantom Liberty.
Right.
It's described as the deadliest district and has a thriving black market.
Sounds dangerous.
It does sound dangerous, but also exciting. And let's not forget, Night City is all about the gig economy.
It is.
Fixers, these shadowy underworld figures, are always looking for skilled individuals like V to take on jobs.
Keeps you busy.
It does. It's an essential part of the gameplay loop. You're constantly taking on gigs, proving yourself, building your reputation in this world.
Making a name for yourself?
Exactly.
Okay.
It really reinforces the idea that you're a cyberpunk for hire, trying to make your way in this chaotic city.
You're a freelancer in a world of chaos.
Yeah. You can fight crime romance that special someone or hit up Jig Street if that's more your style.
Variety of options.
And you can even settle down in different apartments across Night City. It's a world of possibilities, but beneath all the neon and chrome, Night City has layers, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It has a history, a past that shapes its present.
Yeah. Remember, it was founded by Richard Knight as this capitalist dream.
A utopia that went wrong.
But by 2077, it's a completely different beast.
Yeah, corporations control almost everything. Poverty is rampant. Gangs rule the streets.
It's like a living, breathing entity full of contradictions and complexities.
Fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
And each district tells its own story. The booklet illustrates this beautifully with character quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Like Leo Willer from Santo Domingo, a district struggling with poverty.
Right.
She says, "They promised us a better life. All we got were broken promises and shattered dreams."
Familiar story, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's a sentiment echoed by the unnamed character from Pacifica who talks about the district's descent from a paradise to a war zone.
It's heartbreaking.
But there's also this glimmer of hope, in their words, a belief that things can get better.
We have to hold on to that hope.
And then you have J.F. Sebastian from Haywood talking about the feeling of isolation in a city teeming with millions.
Right.
He says, "You're surrounded by people, but you're always alone."
The irony of city life.
It's a stark contrast to the wide-open spaces of the Badlands, where Milton Wallace finds freedom outside Night City's walls.
Interesting.
He says, "Out here, you're not just a cog in the machine. You're free to make your own destiny."
Two very different perspectives.
It is. What's fascinating is how these snippets of dialogue paint such a vivid picture of life in each district.
They do.
And remember, there are no loading screens to break the immersion. You can seamlessly move from one district to another, experiencing the contrasts and complexities of Night City firsthand. Now let's talk about something that gets every cyberpunk's pulse racing.
What's that?
Weapons.
Yes, the tools of the trade.
Cyberpunk 2077 does not disappoint. From smart SMGs that lock onto targets to shotguns that ricochet bullets around corners,
Wow.
there's a weapon for every playstyle. And each one feels unique.
That's important.
Oh, and did I mention the iconic weapons?
They're iconic weapons.
You'll have to discover those for yourself.
Oh.
But trust me, they're worth the search. And then there's Skippy the talking gun with a personality all its own.
Oh, I've heard of Skippy.
It's amazing. It's not just about the guns themselves, though.
Right.
The developers really emphasized believability customization and how the weapons contribute to the world building.
They're not just cool-looking props.
Right. They have a history, a purpose, and a place within the lore of the game.
That's what makes them special.
Oh, and let's not forget cyberware.
Oh, yeah.
Want to slice and base your enemies with mantis blades?
Mantis blades are classic.
How about a forearm rocket launcher?
Who doesn't love a good rocket launcher?
Cyberpunk 2077 has got you covered.
Amazing.
And then there's the power of quick hacks.
So quick hacks.
You can hack into almost anything in Night City security systems, enemy cyberware, even vehicles.
Wow.
It adds a whole other layer of strategy to combat and opens up some really creative possibilities.
I can imagine.
Like turning your enemy's cybernetic arm against them.
That's awesome.
It's like having a digital arsenal at your fingertips. And speaking of arsenals, let's not forget about vehicular combat.
Oh yeah, you do that too.
You can shoot from cars, use mounted weapons, even throw knives from bikes. It's a total adrenaline rush.
Sounds intense.
But every city needs a soundtrack, right?
It does.
And Night City's soundtrack is as diverse as its population.
I bet.
Each radio station reflects a different aspect of the city's soul.
I like that.
You've got Radio Pebcak for your edgier tastes.
Okay.
103.5 Radio Wechselstrom blasting Eurodance anthems. Don't forget the nostalgia hits on Morrow Rock Radio, home of Samurai Johnny Silverhand's legendary band.
Oh yeah, classic.
And 92.9 Night FM for those who like things a little kitschy.
A little bit of everything.
It's a sonic tapestry woven from the sounds of the city's many cultures and subcultures.
Beautiful.
And underpinning it all is the original score composed by Marcin Przygiewicz,
Okay.
P.T. Adamsake, and Jacek Patrykowski.
Right.
For the base game, they also collaborated with Paul Leonard Morgan.
Wow, a talented team.
The music isn't just background noise, it's carefully crafted to enhance specific moments, making them more impactful and memorable.
So it's really part of the storytelling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's dive into the heart of the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
Phantom Liberty.
Phantom Liberty.
It's being described as a spy thriller expansion set in the all-new district of Dogtown.
I've heard good things.
It thrusts you into a world of political intrigue, espionage, and high-stakes decision-making.
Sounds intense.
You're caught in a web of conspiracy that forces you to question who you can trust and what you're willing to fight for.
It's a moral dilemma.
There are new quests, a brand new skill tree and abilities, plus repeatable activities for those who want to really sink their teeth into the expansion.
Plenty to keep players busy.
Yeah. What's really intriguing is the expansion's focus on trust and redemption.
Oh, interesting.
It's not just about shooting your way through enemies.
Right.
It's about making choices that have a real impact on the story and the characters around you.
Choices that matter.
And speaking of choices, did you catch that binary code message hidden in the booklet?
Binary code message.
Yeah, it's a little puzzle for the players.
Cool.
Go ahead and try to decode it. The solution is, Night City is dead, Dogtown is the future.
Ooh, that's a powerful statement.
It is. It's almost like a prophecy about the changing landscape of Night City.
Yeah.
And it hints at the choices you'll face in Phantom Liberty. Who will you side with? What will you sacrifice to achieve your goals?
The stakes are high.
Remember, Chum, in Phantom Liberty, your choices have consequences.
Always.
Every decision you make shapes the narrative and can lead to vastly different outcomes.
It adds a layer of realism to the gameplay.
Yeah.
You're not just playing a game, you're living in this world, and your actions have a tangible impact.
Exactly. Okay, now let's take a peek behind the curtain.
Okay.
And talk about something that's crucial to making a game like this feel authentic. Localization.
Ah, yes, localization. Unsung heroes of game development.
These are the people who make sure that every language version of Cyberpunk 2077 feels as impactful and authentic as the original.
It's a huge job.
And it's not as simple as just translating words.
No, not at all.
They have to capture the nuances of each character's speech patterns.
Right.
Local slang, cultural references. It's an art form.
It really is.
The booklet gives some great examples of the challenges they faced.
Oh, yeah.
Like, take a character like Jackie Wellsby's best friend.
Right.
He speaks with this unique Night City patois, a blend of slang and street talk.
Yeah.
How do you translate that into other languages and still maintain his personality?
That's a tough one.
Or Takamura, whose Japanese heritage influences his speech patterns and worldview.
Another challenge.
They had to use different voices, adjust the pacing and rhythm of the dialogue, even alter sentence structures to make sure each character felt authentic in every language.
It's about more than just words. It's about capturing the essence of the character.
And then there's the slang.
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk is full of it.
The localization team had to find ways to translate these terms while preserving their meaning and cultural context.
Right.
For example, hustle is slang for hired muscle.
Okay.
They translated it phonetically in most languages, ensuring players could understand its meaning through context.
Clever.
It's like they're creating a new language within a language, and then there's the challenge of localizing humor.
Oh yeah, humor can be tricky.
A joke that works in English might fall flat in another language.
It's very culturally specific.
They had to take cultural sensitivities into account and sometimes even adapt the humor to make it work for different audiences.
That makes sense.
And let's not forget the quest titles.
The quest titles.
Many are based on songs.
Oh, right.
Which presents another layer of complexity.
I can imagine.
Sometimes they kept the English titles, sometimes they translated them, and sometimes they had to find local songs with similar meanings or themes to replace them.
That's a lot of work.
It's amazing to see how much thought and effort went into making Cyberpunk 2077 a truly global experience.
It is.
Each language version is considered an original, reflecting the care and respect the team has for its players worldwide.
That's really impressive.
And speaking of engagement, let's talk about CD Projekt Red and their relationship with the Cyberpunk 2077 community.
Oh yeah. They're known for being very community-focused.
They are. They're known for their dedication to their fans, and this booklet really highlights how they go above and beyond to engage with them.
I'm curious to hear more.
The Phantom Liberty Tour is a perfect example.
Yeah.
They didn't just hold press events, they organized these massive fan gatherings in cities all over the world.
Wow.
Like Warsaw, Cologne, Tokyo, Beijing, Seoul, Sao Paulo, Paris, and London.
That's a global reach.
And the London event was epic. It was like a giant launch party with special guests like Idris Elba.
Wow, that's awesome.
It wasn't just about promoting the expansion, it was about celebrating Cyberpunk with the community.
I love that.
And speaking of celebrations, they hosted all sorts of contests, photo mode, cosplay, encouraging players to get creative and express their passion for the game.
I bet people came up with some amazing stuff.
They did. I was checking out hashtag Shutterpunk2077 on social media, and the photography is incredible. The way people capture the atmosphere of Night City is just amazing.
It's inspiring.
And the cosplay, don't even get me started. The level of detail and craftsmanship is mind-blowing.
It's a real testament to the passion of the fan base.
They also have RD streams, they're regular live streams where they share development updates and answer fan questions.
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's a great way for them to be transparent and stay connected with the community.
Definitely.
And they have these cool It's All About You videos where they showcase fan creations.
That's awesome.
Fan art, mods, music, you name it.
They really do value their fans.
It shows that they recognize and appreciate the talent and passion of their fan base.
For sure. Now, I know judging those contests can't be easy.
No, it can't.
Imagine sifting through thousands of entries, each one showcasing unique talent and passion.
Right. But the booklet talks about how important objectivity and teamwork are in the judging process.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You need a keen eye for detail.
Definitely.
A sense of fairness.
And a deep understanding of the Cyberpunk 2077 aesthetic.
Exactly. You need to be able to identify those entries that best capture the spirit of the game.
Whether it's through stunning visuals, innovative gameplay, or compelling storytelling.
But wait, there's more to Cyberpunk than just the game itself.
Oh, there is. It's a whole universe waiting to be explored.
Tell me more.
The Cyberpunk 2077 universe extends beyond the boundaries of the game, encompassing anime novels, comics, and more.
Wow, a whole multimedia experience.
And the booklet gives us a glimpse into these other realms, starting with Cyberpunk, Edgerunners.
I've heard great things about Edgerunners.
This standalone anime, created in collaboration with Studio Trigger, tells a new story set in Night City.
Cool.
But it's just as gritty and stylish as the game.
I can't wait to check it out.
And it blew everyone away. It even won Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a testament to the quality of the storytelling and the animation.
Definitely.
And if you want to explore the darker side of Night City, there's the novel Cyberpunk 2077 No Coincidence by Rafa Kosick.
Okay.
It dives deep into the city's criminal underbelly, exploring themes of ambition, betrayal, and the high cost of survival in a world ruled by corporations and violence.
It sounds pretty intense.
It is. Then there's the world of comics and graphic novels.
Oh, yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077. You have my word. Cyberpunk 2077. Trauma Team. Cyberpunk 2077. Big City Dreams.
There's so much to explore.
I had no idea there was so much out there.
And the quality is top-notch. Cyberpunk 2077, Big City Dreams, even won the Hugo Award for Best Graphic Story.
The Hugo Award. That's a big deal.
It's a prestigious award in the world of science fiction and fantasy.
Wow.
It's amazing to see how Cyberpunk 2077 has inspired so much creativity beyond the game itself.
It really speaks to the power of world building and the enduring appeal of the cyberpunk genre.
And for those who want to delve even deeper, the booklet recommends checking out The World of Cyberpunk 2077 and the Cyberpunk 2077 art book.
Oh, those sound cool.
They offer a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the game, from the initial concept art to the development of the characters' lore and environments.
I bet those are packed with fascinating insights.
They are. They're a treasure trove of information for anyone who wants to truly immerse themselves in the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
We'll have to check them out. And of course, for those who want to wear their cyberpunk love on their sleeve, literally, there's the CD Projekt Red Gear store.
Of course.
T-shirts, hoodies, figurines, collectibles. It's all there, and it's all stylish as hell.
I can imagine.
And for those eagerly anticipating the future of Cyberpunk 2077, there's the upcoming live-action project in development with anonymous content. Details are still under wraps, but we're definitely excited to see what they come up with.
It'll be interesting to see how they translate the world of Cyberpunk 2077 to the big screen.
Yeah. Now, with so much Cyberpunk content out there, it can be hard to know where to start.
It can be overwhelming.
But don't worry, the booklet has a fun quiz called Where to Start.
A quiz?
To help you find the perfect Cyberpunk experience based on your preferences.
I like that.
It's just 3 quick questions. First, what's the biggest lesson to learn from Night City?
Okay.
You can choose the city always wins. Choose your allies with care.
Intro.
Style is everything.
Tough choices.
Second question, live in peace or die in a blaze of glory?
Oh, I like this one.
The choices are a blaze of glory, or for those who prefer a quieter life, peace and quiet.
Okay.
And finally, one crew or several?
One crew or several?
You can go with the more the merrier or stick with one.
So it's about loyalty versus spreading your wings.
Depending on your answers, the quiz points you towards different forms of Cyberpunk 2077 content.
That's cool.
For example, if you choose the city always wins, blaze of glory, and the more the merrier, it suggests checking out Cyberpunk. Edge runners.
Makes sense.
If you go with choose your allies with care, peace and quiet, and stick with one, it recommends the Tapes of Night City soundtrack.
Interesting.
It's a fun and engaging way to explore the Cyberpunk 2077 universe and find new ways to experience it.
I like it.
It really shows how much thought and care CD Projekt Red put into creating a diverse and expansive world.
Yeah, a world that caters to different tastes and preferences.
But let's not forget the heart of Cyberpunk 2077. The characters.
The characters are what bring it to life.
Yes, the inhabitants of Night City.
They're complex, flawed, and often surprisingly relatable.
Despite their often extreme circumstances.
Yeah, the world of Cyberpunk 2077 is not for the faint of heart.
And the booklet gives us a glimpse into the lives of some of the most important characters you'll encounter.
Okay.
Starting with V, the protagonist.
The one and only.
You create V from scratch.
Right.
Customizing their appearance, background, and even their voice.
So it's a very personal journey.
It is. But no matter what choices you make, V gets thrown into a world of danger and intrigue when a heist goes wrong.
Oh no.
And a powerful biochip containing the digital ghost of rocker boy Johnny Silverhand ends up embedded in their head.
Johnny Silverhand, what a legend.
And Johnny Silverhand is a force to be reckoned with.
He is.
He's brash, rebellious, and cynical.
A true cyberpunk.
But there's also a surprising depth and vulnerability to him.
He's more than just a one-dimensional rebel.
Right. He is a complex character with a lot of layers.
The booklet highlights the complex relationship between V and Johnny.
It does.
They're forced to coexist, but their personalities clash.
Yeah.
And their goals often conflict.
It creates a lot of tension and drama.
It's a dynamic that drives much of the game's narrative.
And the supporting cast is just as compelling.
Oh yeah. Tell me more.
You've got Jackie Wells, V's best friend and partner in crime.
Jackie.
He brings a much-needed warmth and humanity to the game.
That's good to hear.
He's a true Night City survivor, streetwise, resourceful, and always up for a good time.
Sounds like a good guy to have around.
But he's also fiercely loyal to his friends and family.
Loyalty is important in a city like Night City.
It is.
What about the others?
Well, there's Panem Palmer, the tough-as-nails nomad, who becomes a close ally to V.
Right.
She's skilled, independent, and fiercely loyal to her clan, the Aldecaldos.
The Aldecaldos.
Her story explores themes of family loyalty and belonging.
Powerful themes.
And then there's Judy Alvarez, the talented brain dance technician who captures V's attention with her artistry and her rebellious spirit.
She sounds intriguing.
She's a complex character with a tragic past, and her story touches on themes of lost grief and the search for connection in a world that can feel cold and isolating.
Heavy stuff.
Yeah. These are just a few of the many unforgettable characters you'll meet in Night City.
I can't wait to meet them all.
Each one has their own unique personality and story to tell, which really brings the world to life.
It's all about the characters.
And the booklet gives us a fascinating look at the process of bringing these characters to life.
Oh, yeah.
From casting the voice actors to developing their backstories and motivations.
It's like a behind-the-scenes look at the creative process.
The developers even share their personal favorite moments.
Oh, wow.
And the challenges they faced in creating certain characters.
That's really cool. It shows that they're passionate about their work.
It does. It's a fascinating look behind the scenes.
Now, we can't talk about Cyberpunk 2077 without mentioning the expansion.
Right.
Phantom Liberty.
Phantom Liberty. It's a whole new chapter in V's story,
Okay.
filled with new characters, storylines, and a brand new district to explore. Dogtown.
Dogtown. I've heard whispers.
Phantom Liberty plunges V into the heart of a spy thriller conspiracy,
Oh, wow.
forcing them to navigate a web of intrigue, betrayal, and danger.
Sounds dangerous.
The stakes are higher than ever, and V will have to make choices that have a lasting impact on the story.
Choices that matter.
The expansion introduces a fascinating cast of characters, including Solomon Reed,
Okay.
a veteran and USA
Like
agent,
USA.
and Songbird, a mysterious netrunner with ties to the city's underworld.
Intriguing.
And Dogtown itself is a character.
It is.
It's a lawless zone within Night City, ruled by a ruthless warlord named Kurt Hansen.
Kurt Hansen.
It's a battleground teeming with mercenaries, smugglers, and other shady figures.
Sounds like a dangerous place.
It does sound dangerous, but also incredibly exciting.
I can see that.
The booklet highlights the key themes of Phantom Liberty: trust, betrayal, and redemption.
Powerful themes.
V is forced to question everything they thought they knew about Night City and confront the consequences of their past actions.
It's a story about facing your demons.
And it promises to be a thrilling and emotionally resonant addition to the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
But let's step back for a moment and appreciate the incredible technical and artistic achievements of Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah, the game is visually stunning.
Absolutely. The booklet dedicates an entire section to the technology behind the game.
Cool.
From its stunning visuals to its immersive sound design.
It's a feast for the senses.
It's like they're giving us a peek behind the curtain, showing us how they brought Night City to life with such incredible detail and realism.
I bet that's fascinating.
For example, they talk about the use of ray tracing technology,
Ray tracing.
which allows for incredibly realistic lighting and reflections.
That's what makes it look so real.
It's what makes Night City feel so vibrant and alive, with every neon sign,
Yeah.
every street lamp, every chrome detail rendered in breathtaking detail.
It's like stepping into a living, breathing cyberpunk world.
Exactly.
They also discuss the implementation of DLSS technology. Post. They also discuss the implementation of DLSS technology,
Right.
which uses AI to enhance performance and visual fidelity.
So even if you don't have the most powerful gaming rig,
Right.
you can still experience the game at its best.
That's the goal.
And let's not forget the incredible attention to detail that went into creating the characters and environments.
Oh yeah, every little detail matters.
From the intricate cybernetic enhancements to the richly textured fabrics of clothing.
It's all about creating a believable world.
Every element is rendered with incredible realism and artistry.
It's clear that the art and design teams poured their heart and soul into making Cyberpunk 2077 a visually stunning and immersive experience.
And the sound design is equally impressive.
Oh yeah, the sound design is fantastic.
From the roar of engines to the clatter of gunfire.
They're so immersive.
Every sound is designed to enhance the realism and intensity of the gameplay.
It really puts you in the heart of the action.
And the music. We've already talked about the radio stations, but
Okay.
the original score is just as impressive.
I love the soundtrack.
The booklet discusses how the composers worked closely with the developers
Okay.
to create music that perfectly complements the mood and atmosphere of each scene.
It's like a movie score.
The result is a soundtrack that's both epic and emotionally resonant,
It's beautiful.
drawing you deeper into the world
Yeah.
and making every moment more impactful.
They even share some insights from the composers themselves,
They do.
giving us a glimpse into their creative process and the inspiration behind their work.
It's really fascinating stuff, but all of this,
Yeah.
the technology, the art, the music,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be possible without the passionate and dedicated team at CD Projekt Red.
They're a talented bunch.
The booklet pays tribute to the developers who brought Cyberpunk 2077 to life,
It's a team effort.
acknowledging their hard work, creativity, and dedication.
It's good to see them get the recognition they deserve.
It's a reminder that behind every great game
Yeah.
is a team of talented individuals who poured their heart and soul into making it a reality.
It's true.
And the Cyberpunk 2077 team faced their share of challenges during development, but they never lost sight of their vision.
And it shows the final product is a game that's both ambitious and deeply personal.
It pushes the boundaries of what's possible in video games.
And the booklet includes a special thank you to the CD Projekt Red family and friends.
Well, that's nice.
Acknowledging their support and understanding throughout the long and challenging development process.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's a really nice touch. It shows how much they value the people in their lives.
It's a reminder that even in a high-tech world like Cyberpunk 2077, human connection is still important.
Absolutely. Cyberpunk 2077 is more than just a game.
Right.
It's a testament to the power of human imagination and the enduring appeal of the cyberpunk genre.
And this booklet serves as a guide, a companion, and a tribute to this incredible achievement.
It's a celebration of all things cyberpunk.
But there's one last thing I want to mention before we wrap up part one.
Yeah.
The booklet ends with a really poignant message about Night City.
Night City.
And the lessons we can learn from it.
I'm listening.
It says, Night City is a reflection of our own world, its hopes, its fears, its potential for both good and evil.
That's deep.
It's a reminder that the choices we make, both big and small, have consequences.
Right.
And that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope for redemption.
That's a powerful message. It's a message that transcends the boundaries of the game and speaks to the human condition.
It encourages us to be mindful of our choices and to strive to make the world a better place.
Even in the face of adversity.
Exactly. It's a message of hope and responsibility.
Hope and responsibility.
But a reminder that even in a world as chaotic and unpredictable as Night City, we have the power to make a difference.
We do have the power. That's a powerful idea, isn't it?
It is.
That even in a dystopian world like Night City, we can choose to be agents of change.
We can choose to make a positive impact.
But for now, let's shift gears and talk about something else that brings this world to life. The music.
Ah, the music.
The music is more than just background noise.
It's an integral part of the Cyberpunk 2077 experience.
It sets the mood, creates the atmosphere.
The booklet talks about how the composers created these incredible original scores that heighten the emotional impact of key moments.
It's like they composed a whole soundscape for every mood and situation.
Exactly. And what truly sets Night City apart is its diverse radio scene.
Oh yeah, the radio's fantastic.
It's not just one genre, it's a reflection of the city's multifaceted population, with each station catering to different tastes.
You've got something for everyone.
Oh, totally. You've got 103.5 Radio Vesselstrom with its pulsating Eurodance beats.
Love that station.
Perfect for cruising down those neon-lit highways.
Definitely. Then there's the more mellow vibe of Royal Blue Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Think smooth jazz, a smoky bar, a moment of respite from the city's chaos.
Exactly. And for those who like things a little rougher around the edges,
A little edgier.
there's Radio Pebcak.
Radio Pibcac,
It's the sound of rebellion, raw and unapologetic.
the voice of the underground.
And you can't forget the iconic Samurai
Oh yeah, Johnny Silverhand's band.
blasting their rebellious anthems on Morrow Rock Radio.
Classic cyberpunk.
It's a dose of pure cyberpunk nostalgia.
There's so much variety.
There is. The dark industrial sounds of 95.2 Samizdat Radio.
Okay.
The high energy pulse of 99.9 Impulse. The Latin rhythms of 106.9 30 Principales.
Wow.
It's a sonic feast.
It is.
And the best part,
What's that?
you can experience all of this both in-game and in real life.
Oh, really?
The booklet even gives a shout out to the official Cyberpunk 2077 Spotify playlist.
No way.
You can take a piece of Night City with you wherever you go.
That's awesome.
It's amazing how they've integrated the music into the overall experience.
It's more than just background music. It's part of the world.
It's not just an afterthought. It's a carefully curated element designed to immerse you even further into the world.
Yeah.
Speaking of immersion, let's talk about localization.
Localization.
I know it might not sound as exciting as cybernetics or high-speed chases,
Right.
but trust me, it's fascinating.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Localization is a crucial part of game development,
It is.
especially for a game as ambitious and culturally diverse as Cyberpunk 2077.
Absolutely.
The team responsible for localization had to make sure that every language version felt just as authentic and impactful as the original.
It's a huge undertaking.
It's a huge job, especially considering the game's scale and the sheer amount of dialogue and text.
Yeah, thousands of lines of dialogue.
They didn't just translate words.
Right.
They had to capture the essence of each character.
Yeah.
Their unique speech patterns.
Right.
The slang they use.
It's an art form.
It is. The booklet highlights some of the challenges they face.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do you convey the distinct accents of characters like Jackie, who speaks with a Night City patois?
Right, that unique blend of slang and street talk.
Or Takamura, whose Japanese heritage influences his speech.
That's another challenge.
They had to get creative. They used different voice actors, tweaked the pacing and rhythm of the dialogue, even adjusted the sentence structures to make sure each character felt true to themselves in every language.
It's about capturing their personality.
Exactly. And Cyberpunk is full of unique slang terms.
Yeah.
The localization team had to find ways to translate those terms while preserving their meaning and cultural context.
So it's not just about finding a word-for-word translation.
No, it's about understanding the nuance.
The nuance.
It's like deciphering a secret code.
And then there's the challenge of localizing humor.
Oh yeah, humor can be so tricky.
What's funny in one culture might not be funny in another.
Exactly. They had to be very aware of cultural sensitivities and adapt the humor accordingly.
Sometimes they had to rewrite jokes completely.
Yeah, to make them work for different audiences.
And don't forget the quest titles.
Oh yeah, the quest titles.
So many of them are based on songs.
They are.
Which adds a whole other layer of complexity to the localization process.
In some cases, they were able to keep the English song titles. But in other cases, they had to find local songs with similar meanings or themes to replace them.
It must have taken a lot of research.
It did. It required a deep understanding of both music and culture.
It's impressive.
It's incredible how much detail went into making Cyberpunk 2077 a truly global experience.
It really speaks to their dedication to their global fan base.
And it's a testament to the team's respect for players worldwide.
They wanted everyone to be able to experience Night City in a way that felt authentic and meaningful to them.
It really reinforces CD Projekt Red's commitment to inclusivity and accessibility.
Absolutely. They didn't just want to create a game.
Right.
They wanted to create an experience that could be shared and enjoyed by people from all over the world.
And speaking of shared experiences, let's talk about the Cyberpunk 2077 community.
Oh yeah, the community is huge and passionate.
CD Projekt Red is known for its amazing relationship with its fans.
They really listen to their players.
And it's clear they genuinely value community input.
I've seen that the Phantom Liberty Tour is a perfect example.
Yes. Instead of the usual press events, they went all out and organized these massive fan gatherings in cities around the world.
It wasn't just about promoting the expansion. It was about celebrating Cyberpunk with the community.
Giving fans a chance to meet the developers, try out the new content, and just hang out and share their love for the game.
Remember that epic launch party they had in London?
Oh, yeah.
Idris Elba showed up. It was a huge event.
It was.
And it really underscored CD Projekt Red's commitment to engaging with their fans.
They also organized all sorts of contests. Like photo mode contests and cosplay competitions. Encouraging players to get creative and express their passion for Cyberpunk 2077.
And the results were incredible.
They were.
The photography on #Shutterpunk2077 is phenomenal.
It is. People have captured the atmosphere of Night City in such stunning and creative ways.
I know, and the cosplay.
It's next level stuff.
The amount of detail and craftsmanship is mind-blowing.
It's a real testament to the passion of the fan base.
It is, and let's not forget RD streams.
Oh yeah, they're regular live streams.
Where they share updates on development, answer fan questions, and just generally hang out with the community.
It's a great way for them to be transparent and stay connected with their fans.
And they're always so open to feedback, both positive and negative.
They are. It's clear they see their community as an integral part of the Cyberpunk 2077 experience.
They do.
They also have these awesome It's All About You videos.
I've seen those.
Where they showcase fan creations.
Fan art, mods, music, you name it. They're highlighting it.
It shows that they truly appreciate the talent and passion of their fan base.
Now, I can imagine judging those contests can't be easy.
Oh.
There are so many talented people in the Cyberpunk 2077 community.
It must be so hard to choose.
The booklet mentions that objectivity and teamwork are key in the judging process.
Right. You need a keen eye for detail.
A strong sense of fairness.
And a deep understanding of the Cyberpunk 2077 aesthetic.
You have to be able to see what works and what doesn't.
It's not just about finding the technically best submission.
No, it's about identifying the ones that best capture the spirit of the game.
Whether through stunning visuals, innovative gameplay, or compelling storytelling.
Exactly.
And with so many incredible entries, it must be tough to narrow it down to just a few winners.
But in the end, it's all about celebrating the creativity and passion of the community and showcasing the amazing things they're capable of.
Speaking of showcasing, let's talk about how Cyberpunk 2077 has expanded beyond the game itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's become a whole universe, encompassing anime novels, comics, and more.
That's incredible.
It's amazing how this world has captured people's imaginations.
It has.
And the booklet does a great job of guiding you through these other realms, starting with the anime Cyberpunk. Edgerunners.
I've heard so much about Edgerunner.
This standalone anime created in collaboration with Studio Trigger.
Studio Trigger's amazing.
Tells a new story set in Night City.
So you don't need to have played the game to enjoy it?
Not necessarily.
Right.
It expands on the lore and the world.
But it's just as gritty, stylish, and emotionally resonant as the game.
It is. And it was a massive hit. It even won Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Wow, that's a huge accomplishment.
It's a testament to its quality.
Definitely. It resonated with audiences worldwide.
It did, introducing a whole new generation to the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
And if you're looking for a deeper dive into the dark underbelly of Night City,
The underbelly.
there's the novel Cyberpunk 2077 No Coincidence by Rafa Kosick.
I've heard good things about that book.
It explores the criminal underworld of Night City
Yeah.
in a way that the game simply can't.
Focusing on characters and storylines that are outside of V's direct experience.
A different perspective.
And it really delves into the themes of ambition, betrayal, and the complexities of survival.
Survival in a world where corporations wield immense power.
Then there's the world of comics and graphic novels.
Oh yeah, the comics.
Cyberpunk 2077, you have my word. Cyberpunk 2077, Trauma Team. Cyberpunk 2077, Big City Dreams.
So many to choose from.
Each one offers a different perspective on the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
And the quality is excellent. Cyberpunk 2077, Big City Dreams, even won the Hugo Award for Best Graphic Story.
That's a big deal.
A very prestigious award in the world of science fiction and fantasy.
It shows the high caliber of storytelling in the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
And it's not just the main story, it's all these different perspectives and side stories that really flesh out the world.
And for those who want to go even deeper, there's the world of Cyberpunk 2077 and the Cyberpunk 2077 art book.
Oh, those are must-haves for any fan.
They're packed with behind-the-scenes information, concept art, and insights into the creation of the game world.
It's like a peek behind the curtain.
They're a must-have for any die-hard Cyberpunk 2077 fan.
And of course, for those who want to show off their cyberpunk love,
Right.
there's the CD Projekt Red Gear Store.
The gear store is awesome.
They have everything from t-shirts and hoodies to figurines and collectibles.
It's a great way to express your fandom and take a piece of Night City with you wherever you go.
I love the designs. They've done a great job of making sure the merchandise is stylish and high quality.
I'm eyeing that Johnny Silverhand bomber jacket myself.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. And then there's the live action project in development with anonymous content.
The live action project.
Details are still under wraps.
But the anticipation is building. It's exciting to think about how they're going to translate the world of Cyberpunk 2077 to the big screen.
I can't wait to see it.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. But with so much Cyberpunk content out there, it can be a bit overwhelming to know where to start.
It can be.
Thankfully, the booklet has a fun little quiz called Where to Start.
A quiz.
It's designed to help you find the perfect Cyberpunk 2077 experience.
Based on your preferences.
Exactly. It's just 3 quick questions. First, what's the biggest lesson to learn from Night City?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The choices are, the city always wins. Choose your allies with care.
Interesting.
Or style is everything.
So it's about your worldview.
Yeah.
The second question is, live in peace or die in a blaze of glory?
Are you a peacemaker or a thrill seeker?
You can choose between a blaze of glory or a quieter life of peace and quiet.
Okay.
And lastly, one crew or several.
This is about loyalty.
It is.
You can go with the more the merrier, or stick with just one crew, the loyalist approach.
So it's about how you build relationships.
Depending on your answers, the quiz directs you to different types of Cyberpunk 2077 content.
I like that.
For instance, if you choose The City Always Wins, Blaze of Glory, and the more the merrier,
Okay.
it suggests you start with Cyberpunk. Edge runners.
Makes sense.
If you choose your allies with care, peace and quiet, and stick with one, it recommends the Tapes of Night City soundtrack.
Interesting.
It's a clever and engaging way to explore the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
Yeah.
And find new ways to enjoy it.
And it really highlights the breadth and depth of the content that's out there.
There's truly something for everyone.
There is, but let's not forget what lies at the heart of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
The characters.
The
People of Night City are what make this world so compelling.
They're complex, flawed,
Yeah.
and often surprisingly relatable.
Despite living in this extreme and often unforgiving world.
The booklet gives us a closer look at some of the key players you'll encounter,
Okay.
starting with V, the protagonist.
When we create.
You get to create V from scratch, customizing their appearance, background, and even their voice.
It was a very personalized experience.
It is, but no matter what choices you make,
Right.
V ends up caught in a dangerous situation when a heist goes wrong.
Oh no.
And they end up with a powerful biochip
A biochip.
containing the digital ghost of rocker boy Johnny Silverhand
Johnny Silverhand.
embedded in their head.
That's a game changer.
And Johnny Silverhand is a legend. He's brash, rebellious, cynical.
A true cyberpunk icon.
But there's a surprising depth and vulnerability to him as well.
He's not just a one-dimensional punk rocker.
He's a complex character.
The booklet talks about the complex relationship between V and Johnny.
It's one of the most interesting dynamics in the game.
They're forced to coexist,
Sharing the same mind.
but their personalities clash and their goals often conflict.
It makes for some really intense and memorable moments.
It's a classic buddy cop dynamic, but with a cyberpunk twist.
And the supporting cast is just as fascinating.
Tell me about them.
There's Jackie Wells, V's best friend and partner in crime.
Jackie.
He's a true Night City survivor.
Yeah.
Streetwise resourceful, and always ready for a good time.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
But he's also fiercely loyal to his friends and family.
Loyalty is a rare commodity in Night City.
He brings a much-needed sense of warmth and humor to the game.
He sounds like a good guy to have in your corner.
He is, especially in a city as dangerous as Night City.
Then there's Penna Palmer, the tough-as-nails nomad, who becomes a close ally to V.
She's a skilled driver, a crack shot, and fiercely independent.
And fiercely loyal to her clan, the Aldecaldos.
Her story is all about family loyalty and finding your place in a world that's constantly trying to push you down.
I like her already.
And we can't forget Judy Alvarez,
Judy.
the talented brain dance technician who captures V's attention with her artistry and rebellious spirit.
She is intriguing.
She's a complex character with a tragic past,
Oh.
and her story explores themes of loss, grief, and the search for connection in a world that can feel very cold and isolating.
It's a reminder that even in a futuristic city like Night City, people are still dealing with very human emotions.
These are just a few of the many memorable characters you'll meet in Night City.
It sounds like a cast of characters you won't soon forget.
Each one brings something unique to the table,
Right, yeah.
adding depth and richness to the world.
And the booklet gives us a fascinating glimpse into the creative process behind bringing these characters to life.
It does!
They talk about casting the voice actors, developing backstories, and defining motivations.
Every detail was carefully considered to make sure each character felt authentic and believable.
That's what makes them so compelling.
The developers even share some of their favorite moments.
Yeah, oh, cool.
And the challenges they faced in bringing certain characters to life.
That's really interesting to hear about.
It's great to see that kind of transparency and insight into the creative process.
Now we can't talk about Cyberpunk 2077 without discussing the expansion.
Right.
Phantom Liberty.
Phantom Liberty, it's a whole new chapter in V's story.
I'm excited to see what new adventures await.
Filled with new characters, storylines,
Okay.
and a brand new district to explore, Dogtown.
Dogtown has been shrouded in mystery.
Phantom Liberty throws V into a web of conspiracy and intrigue,
Oh, wow.
forcing them to navigate the treacherous world of espionage and political maneuvering.
This is dangerous.
The stakes are higher than ever, and the choices you make will have a lasting impact on the story.
It's all about those choices.
One of the things that I found really interesting about the expansion
Yeah.
is the introduction of new characters.
New characters.
Like Solomon Reed, a veteran NUSA agent,
Okay.
and Songbird,
Songbird.
a mysterious netrunner with ties to the city's criminal underworld.
Interesting.
And then there's Dogtown itself.
Dogtown.
It's a lawless zone within Night City,
A city within a city.
a battleground ruled by a ruthless warlord named Kurt Hansen.
Kurt Hansen.
It's a place where anything goes.
Wow.
And survival is a constant struggle.
It sounds like the perfect setting for a cyberpunk story.
It does. The booklet really emphasizes the themes of trust, betrayal, and redemption in Phantom Liberty.
Those are heavy themes.
V is forced to question everything they thought they knew about Night City
Right.
and confront the consequences of their past actions.
It's a story about facing your past.
It's a story about making difficult choices and dealing with the fallout.
It sounds emotionally charged.
And it promises to be a thrilling and emotionally charged addition to the Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
I can't wait to experience it for myself.
But for a moment, let's step back from the narrative
Okay.
and talk about the technical and artistic achievements that make Cyberpunk 2077 such a groundbreaking experience.
The game is visually stunning.
The booklet does a fantastic job of showcasing the technology behind the game,
Oh, yeah.
from its stunning visuals to its immersive sound design.
It's a technical marvel.
It's like getting a behind-the-scenes tour of how they brought Night City to life with such incredible detail and realism.
It's amazing what they've accomplished.
One of the key technologies they highlight is ray tracing,
Ray tracing.
which allows for incredibly realistic lighting and reflection.
It's what makes the game look so real.
It's what makes Night City feel so vibrant and alive.
Yeah, with every neon sign, every street lamp, every chrome detail rendered in breathtaking detail.
It truly feels like you're stepping into a living, breathing cyberpunk world.
They also talk about DLSS technology,
Right.
which uses AI to boost performance and enhance visual fidelity.
So you can enjoy the game's visual splendor even if you don't have the latest and greatest hardware.
That's great.
And it's not just the tech that's impressive.
Wow.
The artistry is equally remarkable.
The level of detail in the characters and environments is incredible.
From the intricate cybernetic enhancements to the richly textured fabrics of clothing,
It's also beautifully crafted.
every element is rendered with such care and precision.
It's obvious that a lot of love and attention went into creating this world.
It's clear that the art and design teams put their heart and soul into making Cyberpunk 2077 visually stunning and immersive.
And the sound design is on a whole other level.
Sound design is amazing.
From the roar of engines to the clatter of gunfire. Yeah,
Every sound is designed to enhance the realism and intensity of the experience.
it really pulls you into the world.
And the music is incredible. We've already talked about the diverse radio stations,
Right.
but the original score is equally impressive.
The music really sets the tone for the game.
The booklet talks about how the composers collaborated with the developers to create a soundtrack that perfectly complements the mood and atmosphere of each scene.
It's not just about creating good music, it's about creating the right music for each moment.
Exactly.
The result is a soundtrack that's both epic and emotionally resonant.
It pulls you deeper into the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
And the booklet even gives us insights from the composers themselves,
It does.
offering a glimpse into their creative process and the inspiration behind their work.
It's really cool to see how they approach composing music for a video game.
It's a unique challenge.
It is. It's so cool to see how music plays such a vital role in creating a truly immersive and unforgettable gaming experience.
It really does. But none of this would be possible without the passionate and dedicated team at CD Projekt Red.
Right. The booklet acknowledges their hard work, creativity, and dedication,
It takes a village to create a game like this.
reminding us that behind every great game is a team of talented individuals who poured their heart and soul into making it a reality.
It's a true labor of love.
The Cyberpunk 2077 team faced a lot of challenges during development,
Right.
but they never gave up on their vision.
And that dedication shines through in the final product.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a truly ambitious and groundbreaking game,
It is.
and it's clear that a lot of love and care went into its creation.
And it's not just the core development team.
Right.
The booklet includes a special thanks to the CD Projekt Red family and friends, acknowledging their support and understanding throughout the long and challenging development process.
It's a sweet gesture that speaks to the importance of community and the power of personal connections.
Yeah, even in a world as technologically advanced as Night City.
Exactly. Human connection is still important.
In a way, Cyberpunk 2077 is a testament to the power of human connection and collaboration.
It's a reminder that even in a world dominated by technology and corporations,
Yeah.
it's the human element that truly makes a difference.
And speaking of making a difference, the booklet ends with a really powerful message about Night City.
Oh, yeah. That message really stuck with me.
It says, Night City is a reflection of our own world, its hopes, its fears, its potential for both good and evil.
It makes you think about the world we live in,
It's a call to action, a reminder that we have the power to shape our world.
even in the face of adversity and uncertainty,
It's a powerful reminder that hope and redemption are always possible.
even in the darkest of times. Yeah, it really does make you think, that even in a world like that, there's still hope for, making things better.
It does. It really makes you think about your own choices and the impact they have.
Not just in the game, but in real life, too.
Exactly. It's a powerful message, and one that I think really resonates with people. It's one of the reasons Cyberpunk 2077 has had such a huge impact.
It's more than just a game. It's like a reflection of our own world and the direction we're heading in.
A cautionary tale, but also maybe a source of inspiration.
It definitely makes you think about the role of technology in our lives.
And the power of corporations.
What it means to be human in a world that's changing so rapidly.
Those are big questions. But hey, maybe we can explore those another time.
Yeah, let's not get too philosophical today. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to the Ultimate Edition booklet itself.
Oh yeah, the booklet. It's really impressive.
It goes way beyond what you'd expect from a typical game guide.
It's more like a companion piece.
Yeah.
A behind-the-scenes look at the creation of this world.
Something you can keep coming back to even after you've finished the game.
They really wanted players to understand the depth of the world they created.
The thought process behind all the design choices, the challenges they faced along the way.
They even talk about their mistakes and the lessons they learned.
Yeah, that was refreshing to see that level of honesty and transparency.
It's not something you see a lot in the gaming industry.
It really builds trust with the players.
It shows that they're not just trying to sell you something.
They genuinely care about the game and the people who play it.
And that passion is evident throughout the booklet.
It's so well designed, full of stunning artwork and insightful commentary.
It's clear they put a lot of love and care into it.
And the way they showcase the community is really special.
Oh yeah, they really go all out to celebrate the fans.
It's not just lip service.
No, they genuinely appreciate the fans' creativity and contributions.
They see the community as an integral part of the Cyberpunk 2077 experience.
It's a true partnership.
And speaking of the community, it's been amazing to see how Cyberpunk 2077 has inspired so much creativity beyond the game.
Oh yeah, the cosplay, the fan art, the music, the mods.
It's mind-blowing. People are so passionate about this world.
It shows the power of a truly immersive and engaging world.
People connect with Night City on such a deep level.
They're inspired to create their own stories and art and experiences within it.
It's like the world has taken on a life of its own.
And CD Projekt Red has embraced that.
They've actively encouraged fan creativity.
Hosting contests, showcasing fan creations, incorporating fan feedback into the game.
It's really special.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember that Cyberpunk 2077 is more than just a game.
It's an experience.
A world.
A reflection of ourselves.
And the choices we make.
It's a game that stays with you long after you finish playing.
It makes you think, it makes you feel, it challenges your perspective.
So if you haven't already, I encourage you to jack into Night City, explore its every corner, get to know its characters, and discover its secrets.
You might just find yourself changed by the experience.
And remember, the choices you make in Night City are yours alone. Choose wisely, Choom.
Take your own mark on this world.
This has been The Deep Dive, signing off.
Until next time, stay safe on the digital highways.
And keep your chrome shiny.